Hey guys, May the 4th be with you. It's May the 4th if you're watching this after the fact. So in honor of May the 4th, I wanted to do something sort of Star Wars inspired, but still Sims. And in the Sims, we do have those little baby Yoda statues. So that kind of inspired me to do something green themed. I've been wanting to do the solid color build challenge regardless, and I thought this was a fun opportunity to kind of mix the two. So here you see me starting to do the solid color build challenge, and I'm doing it in green so that I can use those little baby Yodas. And so we're on the island in Windenburg. I thought this would be a fun place for this challenge, especially for the color green, just because there is so much beautiful greenery around. And I wanted to do this house kind of like beachfront, modern inspired home. And you see me playing around with these windows. I had a hard time with these windows just because the green options that we have are very limited. And the green element on those windows is the tinting. Like the windows themselves are kind of tinted green. But with everything else being green, it's kind of hard to tell. I noticed that in general too in this build. Just with everything being a tone of green, I started to lose my semblance of green, like what is actually green, because there is so much variety within the color green, but that's kind of why I wanted to use green. I feel like we have a lot of options in The Sims of things that are green toned, and I could play around with it and have some fun. So yeah, in the beginning, you might see over on the side, it's not visible right now, but over on the left, I have some pictures of a family. I made like a green family called the Greens, and they have like a little dog that wears a green sweater, and there's a toddler and a mom, and she has green hair, and I was gonna have them live here, and then I was just gonna do baby Yoda statues like hidden and just have it be like this cute quirky feature of the house. But the further I got into it, I decided I actually wanted this to be more like the Yodas live here. There's no name for the species of Yoda. It's an unnamed species. But whatever this Yoda species is, my idea is they just have taken over this home that used to be owned by humans. So it's like made for humans. But they took it over on this island. It was abandoned, or I guess, or something, because I don't think they're very violent. But they live here now, and so we're far away from this still, but you'll see me. I originally placed them all hidden, like they're hidden in the laundry and like really, really tiny, hidden in the couch pillows, but I end up switching it so that they're like life-sized and they're just living in this house. And I like it better. I think it's super cute that they live in this like all green little house on this island, and it's kind of a remote island, so in my mind, in my little imaginary world where these Yodas live in this house, no humans know they live here because such a secluded house, and they never leave this house. They just like swim in their pool and hang out, so no one ever comes by and no one knows they live there. But I mean, you can make up your own little story for this house if you want, but that was my little idea. So, but back to the actual build of what I'm doing right now. You can see I'm still pretty early on. I did this kind of modern idea, 2 stories, a half the floor upstairs. I did stick with the inspiration of the mom and the toddler, so there's a toddler room upstairs and like a master and a bathroom upstairs, and then a bathroom down here as well. Well, it's a half bath down here. But the green tones, I mean, that's the entire point of the challenge, is that you have to use only things that are labeled or sorted by the color that you are choosing to build within. The nice thing about green, as I've said before, is that there are so many tones, but at the same time, that means you're mixing so many. Like there's that minty green, there's that deep green, a more teal green, and then like a more lime green. And I struggled getting all of those to work together, but you'll see in the end, I am actually really happy with how it turned out. So for a little while here, I was really sticking with the more mint and dark teal green, but I ended up having to incorporate plenty of lime green because we just don't have enough options to avoid it. So I ended up switching these counters out too because I didn't like that the countertops were this like coppery color because it was so glaring in the build at the end because it was such a large swath, whatever, a large area of color that was very obviously not any form of green. So I ended up changing those out for the lime green counters, and you'll see in a bit. But finishing up window placement, and I'm jumping up and down a lot. But yeah, I put a little desk in this nook, and some of the items I had to do like not as green. Like you'll notice the table back there. There out of all the green options, there weren't really any, maybe other than the Halloween one that had like a lime green ripped tablecloth, which I was not about to use. But that one, it does have a wood top, but the sides are like a dark green metal. So I think that's why it's sorted as green. But yeah, so I went with this bed. I know you can leave in the comments below if you think that doesn't count, but it's sorted as green. I think just because it's a very, very blue green, like a teal green comforter. But I really liked that bed, so I went ahead with it. And yeah, there's the mom's room and the toddler's room. And I really like those pictures. See, it went really well because you had that like orangey pillows and then that orangey painting behind along with the green one. So I really liked that. Ended up going with it. Really struggled with the toilets. Now I shouldn't complain because there are options when it comes to green toilets in this game. I think there are 3 green swatches of toilets. And a lot of people who do this solid color build challenge like pink or something. Like I saw Vixella do a pink solid color build challenge. And I don't think she had a pink toilet option. I could be wrong. But at least I have options. But I really hated all of the options. Especially with this build. So I ended up going with that like really, really minty one that you see there, that toilet. I hate it. That's my least favorite part of the entire build, is that minty green toilet that I use downstairs and upstairs. But yeah, I'm just filling in with, as you can see there, I know those purple flowers, but there's green detailing on the vase that was put there in the living room, so I thought it counted. I made a nice little seating area outside for them to like sit outside the pool. And I really love this slot. I love playing in Windenburg. I think it's Get Together. Yeah, it's Get Together that Windenburg came with, which was one of the very early on packs. If not the most. Was Get to Work before Get Together? I can't remember, but I think the best part of Get Together is the world of Windenburg. There are some fun features of Get Together, like the actual, what's it called? Clubs. Like the clubs that you can get in Get Together. But that was such an early pack that they were still, I feel like, trying to like figure out, the Sims team, we're still trying to figure out what an expansion pack meant to them in this game. And I don't think Get Together is it. Like, I don't think, like, that would not pass now. They could not release Get Together now and call it an expansion pack and have people buy it. But at the time, it was, like, the only one we had, and so people bought it. But the one amazing thing that I do love about it is this world. The whole world is just so gorgeous, so fun to build in, such a variety of lots. I love the very like European town, and then this beautiful island. I play on this island so often, so I would buy it again just for this world, to be honest. There's our our first Yoda. This is where I'm starting to hide them. So you see I hide a little one in there, and then I hide one in the shower, and hide one in this plant right here. Like, so his little ears are popping out of it. And then hide a very, very tiny one, like, coming out of the cushions. Hide one under the stairs. And, oh, I totally forgot about that one. I think that one's still there. because I forgot about it. It is. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I put some in the pool, like communing down at the bottom of the pool like that. So originally, like I said, my idea here was that they're not like living or animated. They're just like cute little things, like little Easter eggs in this build in particular. But I ended up not really liking that backstory. Yeah, I did this thing with the sink. I hated all the green sinks for kitchens. So I did this where I lifted up another green sink into it. I've never done that with that sink before because it doesn't look that great. But for this build, it's going to pass because I couldn't deal with that very, very minty green, ugly bathroom sink as our kitchen sink. I just couldn't do it. So we're doing that. But yeah, the Yodas. So I originally, like I said, was hiding them, and I ended up not liking that backstory as much, so kind of switched it up. But a lot of this was me just going through every single category and finding anything green that I could, anything that would work, that I might want to incorporate, including like the rugs. But honestly, I think this turned out really well. And I mean, not all the credit to me. I think a lot of the credit is to the color choice of green. I think the Sims game has a lot to offer within the green swatch. So, and that was helpful. But yeah, the curtains were not my favorite. I ended up doing these dine out, I believe. Yeah, the dine out curtains. And kind of having the idea that they like stay on one side, but there's like a track that goes all the way across. So, you know, in like a modern home, maybe they're automated even, that you can pull those curtains all the way across the front of those windows there, or leave them bunched together on the side. And I wasn't sure what to do on the side of the build there because it was just like a big blank wall. Originally I was going to put a little chess table out the side, but I ended up changing it to be another little flower bed because luckily we can use all of the plants we want because they all have green in them, which is a big perk because I think the greenery really helps to decorate the build, make it feel more finished. So I really liked that. But also, we're already past this, but I don't know if you noticed, I put an apartment mailbox on the front there. I have absolutely no idea if that will function as a mailbox, like if that will fill with mail on this lot. My real issue was I didn't like any of the like front mailboxes, because in this modern build I didn't just want like a mailbox sitting out front. I wanted this idea of like a little mail slot next to the door or something. So I put that there. But yeah, I really love that hanging greenery off the front there. That's honestly probably my favorite part of the entire build, is the 3 big open windows and then that ivy greenery hanging down in front. And then here I'm going through the debug menu. I went ahead and put in debug, I think twice because I got it wrong the first time. And I was on a mission to find the trees that match this world. And maybe some of you guys know exactly where those are and it would not have been tough for you, but for me, I struggled a little bit. I kept going back to the get together section of the debug menu and couldn't find them, but eventually I did. So, I mean, I don't know what my problem was originally. I just wasn't looking in the right place, I guess. But I ended up finding the exact trees that you can see all around back there, like the ones that have very tall, thin trunks and then a really nice canopy of greenery at the top. Oh, this is where I must have found them because see those smaller, yep, here they are. I found the exact trees, which made me very happy. I just like when everything fits together. So the 3 types of trees that ended up on this lot are all trees that are in the existing world, like the surrounding world. So it fits very nicely. Oh, maybe not that one tree on the right in the back there. I don't remember if I left that there or not. I can't remember at all. But if I did, that one does not technically match. But yeah, now I'm just like finding extra little things to put in. Any little decor that might be, you know, green inspired. I don't know if that bulletin board thing will count. It's got a little bit of green. It's sorted in the green category, so I'm gonna count it for me, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you think that's cheating. But for me, I liked it. I liked adding that little bit into the kids' room. So yeah, then I put like a little Yoda in the sink. So this is where I started changing. This is like where I switched my concept from being them hiding to them being like living in here. So now I put like a little Yoda going up the stairs. So cute. And there's a little Yoda sitting outside. And then I take them out of the pool because now if I'm going with this concept that they're alive, I don't want them drowning in the pool. So then I put like a little mama Yoda and a little baby Yoda. Like the baby is learning how to swim. And then there's another little baby sitting on the chair watching. And there's a little Yoda sitting on the couch. And there's one bathing in the sink there. Do you see him? It's like the sink is perfect size for him to take a bath. I didn't leave that Yoda there because I ended up switching the cabinets. I wonder if that Yoda, though, is still just floating in the space of that cabinet. I don't remember if I deleted it or not. Like, because I had one in the kitchen cabinet before. I don't know if you remember. And I don't know if it's still just hanging there. But, yeah, then I moved the Yodas so that it's actually, like, living in this space. The one that's, like, really tiny hiding in the laundry, I keep it hiding in the laundry, but I size it up a little bit so that it looks like a regular sized Yoda. I did use a couple different sizes. As you can see, I used like probably 2 scales of Yoda, and I'm just pretending one's the smaller one and one's like the baby version and one's the grown version. But they live for like hundreds of years, right? They live for, in the Mandalorian, spoilers, the baby Yoda is like 50 years old and it's still a baby. So I guess they live in this home for a very, very long time and raise their young. Oh, those little limes on the counter there. I know it's limes in a bathroom, but we're just going to pretend together that it's like artisanal soap, okay? Like it's just fancy spherical soaps or bath bombs even, maybe bath bombs in that little glass container in the bathroom. And they're green. I had to get creative, because I could only use green, So I had to put limes that are artisanal bath bombs in the bathroom. But we're getting pretty close to the end here. I'm finishing up the rugs and, I don't even think I end up changing them. I just place a couple things, but that's it. Thanks. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for my next video.